Mike Gill, State of Corruption. Today we're going to talk about the Department of Justice. Department of Justice. Justice? Well, let's see. I want to show you. We've got mail. Right. Right here. Unopened. Right? From the Department of Justice. Because, you know, I've been sending them quite a few complaints lately. Right. But before I open them, you have Mr. Trump talking about the Department of Justice and the FBI covering up. Right. We have James O'Keefe catching election fraud. He was supposed to be on Fox today. And you know what happened? The Department of Justice shut that down. Can you say cover up? Well, let's see. You ready? How many of you remember Johnny Carson? One of my favorite pieces is when he would do the Karnak. You know, when he predict the future. Let's play that, all right? Let's start with the... See, now these complaints that I've mailed to the Department of Justice, let's open their response. Again, we're opening it together. You ready? So, this is to the IRS. All right, let's see. I believe, thank you for sending this information, and we'll look at it. Or will they? Let's take a look. Now, don't forget, the IRS, we only had Tim Campus, the Adjutant General of the IRS, you know, the top dog. We only caught him on tape. In fact, we'll play it for you just for a brief second.
Good times, Tim. This is going to be your case. I'm going to call him, Chris, and I'm going to tell him, like, we have a plant, we have an undercover here.
Right. So, in other words, Department of Justice, you got that. That shows the absolute criminality in the IRS at the very highest level. And let's not forget, Tim Campus is on the phone with Tom Morley, who's only from TITCA, the criminal division of the IRS. All right, let's see. So again, we're opening it together. Remember, Karnak said, and here we go, with the seal. Thank you for your letter, December 22nd. Wow, you're a little late getting back to us. Let me see. Your letter will be reviewed, and if a response and update is necessary, will be sent to you within 60 days. If you have any questions, please call us. Oh, there we go. Well, let's go on. The Department of Justice, you got one from banking, right? Your letter will be reviewed. Banking, right? Your letter will be reviewed. Well, let's see. Now, it's only about the drug laundering, right? It almost got my ass killed. But we sent it to you with all the information, right? All the evidence. You know, you had Perlo, remember? That was the person I gave all the information to with the Ponzi scheme from FRM, you know, the insurance defender that was originally from McLean, right? Right. Drug dealers, let's see what they said. Here we go. Whatever. Your letter will be reviewed, and if your response or an update is necessary, it will be sent to you in 60 days. Boom. Well, we ain't done. Maybe they're not completely corrupt. Let's see. The DRA. Wow. And don't forget, with the IRS, I only had forged tax returns. Right, Tim? Now, the DRA, did I say we had forged tax returns? Right. You'll see a letter that we gave Carolyn Delaney. We only had a 2.5-hour hearing. You know what they gave us on the Freedom of Information Act? 8 minutes. 8 minutes. All they got was hello, goodbye. Right. Well, oh, by the way, Carolyn Delaney, after I sent this letter, resigned. Wow, huh? Well, let's see. What do you think Karnak says? Your letter will be reviewed in 60 fucking days? Let's see. Well, you don't think the Department of Revenue being completely corrupt is something you might be interested in. Let's see. Uh-oh. Your letter will be reviewed and Your letter will be reviewed and response updated necessary within 60 days. Wow. How do you like that? 3 in a row. What's the chances? I don't know, about 100%. Let's take a look. Drug dealers? Wait a minute. We have the worst drug problem per capita in the country? That must draw your interest, right? You know that people are dying up here. Now, and I even gave them to you, remember? I gave you Aganos, Cruz, Griner, Primary Bank, how they launder their money, auto fare, right? And I just gave you the stuff on Anagos owning the gambling in the whole fucking state. Well, let's see. Karnak says we're fucked. Let's see. And remember now, drugs, one of the worst heroin problems in the country. Your letter will be reviewed, and if a response or an update is necessary. What's the bet we never see an update or response? Right? We don't even have a son of a bitch's name on it. We ain't putting no fucking name on this. You might call us. Well, let's see. Election rigging. I was only running for governor. 2,000 signatures. We get 6,000. I showed you a video and reposted it even yesterday with Gardner. On the video, we say, no, you can't file today. Register. We could have. And the woman in Derry, she was lying too. We sent that to the Department of Justice. Election rigging. You'd want to do something with election rigging, wouldn't you? Well, let's find out. Election rigging. You don't want criminals to get in, do you? Well, it says right here that you do. Your letter will be reviewed, and if a response or update is necessary. Wow, Jesus, how do you like that for luck, huh? Judicial fraud. The judges in these states are completely fucking corrupt. Right? I gave you the stuff on Judge Anderson. What do I got? 5-6 cases in a row with the same asshole? Right. Only looking to audit my business for a divorce bill in 2007 that we have videotape on everything that was corrupt. That must draw your interest. Francois only sent me to jail to have me murdered. Does that bring to your attention, Department of Justice? Owen Delker. Listen, Delker, he's only the judge fighting the drug dealers in front of Shaheen, who used to be my lawyer. Delker's best buddy is the managing director of Shaheen and Gordon. And that squinty-eyed asshole McLaughlin, his father was the AG, your mentor, Mr. Delker. This must raise your ire, right? Listen, I'm only trying to prevent. I wasn't looking for any money. I didn't know these people, other than being the drug-dealing son of a bitches that they are. Well, let's see what the Department of Justice said. You ready? I bet you can guess. That's right. They're going to review it. Right. By the time they get to it, we'll all be dead. Well, last and not least, I've been giving the Department of Justice for many years now corrupt evidence with Bill Shaheen, Gene Shaheen, and the asshole Ahot. Right. About how they're protecting all this. How does Aganos run the casino business in this state? Hey, Gatsis, Teddy, Mayor, Gatsis Ghetto, you wouldn't guess who runs the gambling commission for your state. Mike Gatsis, right? His fucking brother. And guess what? That means he would supervise the charitable gamings who's owned by Aganos and this asshole named Kimbus. Right. So no, and just for kicks, he also holds the payroll service for it. Well, that wouldn't be a conflict, paying the commissioner on the side for his payroll service, or lack thereof, reporting. These assholes, if they're going to skim, they ain't paying the taxes on the skim. How's that for a charity? And for all the people in the Greek church, there's blood on that money, by the way. Right? Blood. Young people's blood. So that wouldn't be a conflict, would it? Because I incorporated that with Sheen and Ayotte in the corruption in the state. How do you think they get these licenses without political protection? All right, our last one. Do we have a hope? Is there a chance that we ran into some asshole in the Department of Justice that had a moment, just a fleeting fucking moment of honesty? Nope. Your letter will be reviewed. How's that for bullshit? You want to know if it's corrupt? You want to know if it's covered up? You tell me. Mike Gill, State of Corruption.